From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page. Now it's off to the show. Take it away, nerds.
All right, everyone, welcome to the Road to Indy Racing League and round number 5 here at the Indianapolis Oval this week. Ran in a road course last week. It was a great night of racing last week on the road course, and here we are back once again at the Oval portion, and in the booth with me as always tonight from the Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast and my social media manager, Mr. AJ Capola.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Extreme Sim TV.
Wow, I give you this epic intro and that's all you got for me?
Well, I figured you'd carry us on to this Extreme Sim TV presents Road to Indy at the Oval.
Yeah, so we take a look at the point standings coming in, and you see it right there. Scott with a 2-point advantage over Christopher in this battle for a championship, as tonight marks the halfway point for the Road to Indy Racing League, this time on the Oval portion here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Man, oh man, this is going to be fun. They've got one fast repair tonight, AJ. They're going to have to make it work all evening long.
Yeah, they got 50 laps all the way around this place. So I'd be, like I said last week, wondering when they're going to get those fast repairs in and out with, because we've seen it here before, even in real life. There can be a lot of wrecks because of the tire model. And this is my first race seeing the Indy cars actually running the oval portion of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, so I'm really excited. Really excited tonight.
Well, I've got one word for you, Mr. AJ. It is aero tight with these cars behind another race car. You get so aero tight, you got to lift out of the throttle. It's very hard to stay in behind another car. And this is the first time this season that these guys are going to have to contend with that aero-tight feel on these Indy cars all night long for 50 laps. And don't forget, this is race number 1 of our now standard Monday doubleheader. We'll pick up the hop on the warp drive jet that Extreme Sim TV has, and warp drive over to Sonoma Raceway in Sonoma, California after this one for the next round of the off-road trucks for the Pony Express. But right now, we've got 50 laps in Indiana, back home again in Indiana. And here is your starting lineup with Spencer Marsh and Mr. Carson Zibrat. They're in second, Nick Beaver in third, make them there in fourth. Sorry about that, folks. The screen tried to blink on me. Level there in fifth, Scott Segrest in sixth. Seafreeze, Dale Weiser in 8th. 9th is going to be Joey King Graham there in 10th. 11th, Brandon Perry making his first start in this league with Clinton Wiggins in 12th. And Eric McCarthy starts 13th. 13th Indy cars here tonight. AJ, the biggest field of the season, getting ready to go here tonight.
Do you think that has anything to do with this being the Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with them being on the oval portion. And again, if this thing goes green, AJ, it's going to be relatively short. Estimated completion time, 32 lap, or 32 minutes. So this could be possibly the shortest race of the season if we manage to go green.
Interesting.
Well, you got to think you're doing 220 mile an hour at Indy. I mean,
yep,
it's going to go by.
I really hope it's full of plenty of action, not as many cautions, and we see a lot of side-by-side and passing. So I don't think they have push to pass on speedways, right?
No push to pass tonight. No magical red button to give yourself more horsepower. It's all driver talent here tonight at the Indianapolis Oval. Again, folks, this is one of the only oval races on the circuit for the Road to Indy Racing League here on Extreme Sim TV, your Monday night home of Indy cars. Now, we are well aware in the booth that this may not be the correct paint schemes on cars. I don't know. Trading Paints has had an issue in the last 24 hours, so we're just going to roll with what we got.
So far, I'm looking at your YouTube, and it looks pretty close to what
I've got. Okay.
We had last week with some of these drivers. So
we're going to get ready to get this rolling here for the next 50 laps. So buckle up and get ready to watch these guys of the Road to Indy Racing League take on the oval for the first and only time this season. Are you ready, AJ Capola?
Yes, I am, and let's get her going.
Well, in the words of October, we know it's scary October, right, AJ? We know that.
Yep. Yes, it is.
We're gonna come to green, and right now, this track of Indianapolis is telling these drivers, I would like to play a game, and this game can destroy a race car. In the words of Jigsaw, let's get ready to go at Indianapolis. See what I did there?
Yeah, I saw what you did there, and we are green. We have a three-way breakaway so far for the lead.
There we go. 3 cars down in there. Nick Beaver, the Beaver right there on the top side. Oh, trouble behind them, and it's a mess. Big trouble. And that car of Scott, your points leader, is absolutely destroyed. And let's get to our replay. Just like that, we have a destroyed race car. And
I really hope he can somehow make that back around pit road so he doesn't have to use a tow, because that would take even more time and possibly losing him a lap.
So we are going to our replay here tonight, and let's take a look at what we got here. Oh, are you surprised at all early on like this?
The tire model produces the first couple laps of very, very squirrely racing. So I'm not really surprised, but I'm surprised that it happened, if that makes any sense.
It looks to me like they all just got stacked up there coming out of turn 1, and that triggered a massive melee. One more look at it. Scott getting the worst end of it, I feel like, in that machine's car spinning around, rear tire off that machine. And one more look here from a different camera angle. Yeah, they just got checked up. Scott nowhere to go. And
yeah, it looked like that 77 was clipping the apron and just washed up the track and collected Scott and a couple other cars.
Who was that went? That was Dale Weiser, who went hard into that inside wall. Checo, take a look at this. Man, oh man. He's going to need the ambulance after this one. Oof.
Ooh. Oh.
Him and Scott, both them machines destroyed.
Scott and Dale were just two people that were in the wrong place at the wrong time right there.
Well, the problem for both these drivers are, Dale especially, you've got a fast repair, but you're going to have to tow, and you're going to lose a lap towing here at Indy.
Yeah. That's why I brought up maybe if you can get back to caution, you might be able to save yourself from losing the lap, but it looks like all three ended up being towed.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, but this type of thing does happen.
What are your thoughts on the immediate carnage coming out of the first turn heading to turn 2?
Well, I want to say I'm surprised, man. I do, trust me. But in a way, I'm not. Immediate carnage here at Indy with these guys, and when they majority run oval, you can't get too mad at the guys here because, they don't have a lot of experience this season running together on the oval. And you put them on this race course, and it is just bound to go awry very early on. Now we're behind the iRacing pace car.
So we have our unfortunate first DNF. It looks like Dale has taken the Dallara behind the wall for more repairs and back on the trailer.
I don't think that car is going back to the race shop. I think that car is going to the junkyard. That car was post. Maybe Junior will have it in his car graveyard. Yeah, that would be a brand new car graveyard for Junior. That is for sure. This is what this is where we're at here. And again, folks, it happens time to time. And I feel bad for the guys, but it does happen here at a place like Indy. And again, just such a big impact. You're going so fast that it just absolutely demolishes race cars when that happens. So Mr. Coppola, we sit here 4 laps complete, getting ready to go back to green. Lap number 1, the big incident down there in off of turn number 1. Does this upset your hopes, really? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because, it could just be nerves. You're at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the Indy cars. So it could just be nerves. People really haven't maybe felt how their car was going to be in a pack like that or getting up to speed with a bunch of other cars. So I would chalk it up to that right now, and I'm hoping I'm right as we are about to go green. We're a half a lap away from going green. Yeah, and these guys want to win here at Indy. It's the Road to Indy League. You ran here on the road course. Getting a win here on the road course is great. Don't get me wrong. But this is the oval. This is, if you're an IndyCar fan, this is your Daytona 500 place. This is, this is the one. And I don't care if you're racing for a championship, you want the one here tonight at Indy. Oh, yeah. That's like winning at, if you were a NASCAR driver, winning at one of their, crown jewel events like the Coke 600 or the 500, the Daytona 500. For IndyCar, it's the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And look at the 21, Brandon Perry. Again, he was in the comments section last week wanting to join this league. He's out here tonight, and he's inside the top 7 in his first outing right now. Let's see what he can do when we go back to green. And we are green, as Spencer gets a hell of a jump. Spencer. And immediately moves to the high side. Person right there in second. Nick Beaver in third. They got to get single file. They do. Here we go once again. Freeze right there. Perry drops to 8th. Again, Clinton right there, your points leader. Keep that in mind. 2 laps down right now. He's going to need some things to go his way here tonight to get back on the lead lap. He's going to need a lot of things to go his way because I'm pretty sure in IndyCar there are no lucky dogs or wave rounds. Yeah, you have to do everything the hard way. Yeah, and if that puts your points leader in a very vulnerable spot. He came in tonight with a 2-point lead, and now sitting back there trying to make it up. Battle for 5th on the racetrack. They work it out down in 1. And what I'm seeing so far, AJ, they're making all their moves down the straightaway. They're not trying to push the issue into the corner. Yeah, I don't know if you really want to go side by side into 2 or 3 right now until these tires warm up and you get a little more grip, which, as we're about to see with Sea Freeze. Oh, look at that. He backed out a little bit. Or, not Sea Freeze, Joey backed out a little bit. Yeah, Joey had to lift off the loud pedal. And again, we talked about it right now, that aero push when you're right behind another car. The more the tires wear, the more that's going to be a thing. Carson trying to run Spencer down. Gap right now up front, AJ, 0.5 of a second. Yeah, he's still in striking distance, but I'm still looking at Ooh! Little bump there from Seafreeze and Joey. Oh, that you can't do in these Indy cars very much. It goes very bad. It got that 22 Dallara a little sideways, and now Joey's looking to get passed by Eric. Eric going to try to make McCarthy to the bottom. McCarthy again lifting. We're just not seeing that inside line work right now through the corner. You got to get that run on exit and run them down and pass them before you get to the corner. It seems to be the preferred and safest way to get this done. Meanwhile, Spencer back out front, 0.5 of a second. Nick Beaver in third. Level in fourth right now. See Freeze in fifth, and everybody's starting to get a gap with them right now of about 4 to 5 tenths a second right now throughout the field, AJ. And this is not going your points leader's way right now. Staying green right now.
No, not really. One thing I will say is Christopher is in second place in the standings, and I don't see a Christopher in this lobby. So that might help him a little bit with Scott.
I think that's C Freeze. I may be wrong, but I think.
I mean, even on Discord, C Freeze is listed as C Freeze. So if it's Christopher, then I'll take that as him being Christopher.
I do believe it's C Freeze. I'll have to double check, but we'll find out for tonight's out. Right now, Spencer leading the way at the moment. Marsh leads by 0.4 of a second. And what are you thinking? The front three pretty even spread out right now coming to lap number 10.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what you're going to see as C-Freeze is through the grass and his car is completely destroyed and his left front is completely off.
Oh,
I think we're staying green.
And yeah, he's going to have to bring that car to pit road. If he can get a fast repair, get that car back out there, it's not going to be horrible for him. He's got time, AJ. He's not having to tow. Leaders and just now coming down the back straightaway. Freeze on pit lane at the moment. He's going to have to hustle.
He might end up losing a lap, but it could be so much worse if that tire would have come off.
And right now, Spencer leading. Carson second. We'll keep an eye on Freeze.
I'm watching him now.
He's still on pit lane at the moment. Leader coming through 3 and 4.
In his box now. Well, he just spun in his box.
That's not gonna be good. Yeah, that's not good. So Freeze gonna go a lap down here after spinning in his box. Meanwhile, the race for the lead. 3 cars under a blanket, starting to tighten up. It's Beaver right there behind Carson and Spencer Marsh. Nick the Beaver trying to work his way through. He's got a beaver dam in front of him. Can he shoot through it?
Yeah, he had such a really good run last week at the road course part of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He just made one mistake and he went spinning and got caught in the kitty litter, and that was it for his day. But he was easily probably one of the fastest cars on the track.
Yeah,
last week.
Yeah, the meow meow litter was not good for him.
No, but you brought it up how 1, 2, and 3, Spencer, Carson, and Nick are all under a blanket, and that's pretty much the draft is what's keeping everybody there. You know, they're not close enough to each other to make a pass, but they're just logging laps.
P2 right here at the end of the back straightaway, 228 plus at the end of the back straightaway for Carson.
Yeah, he really had to check up there so he can make the turn, and that kind of brought Nick, closer to him.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're running faster lap times right now than they did in a real-life Indy 500. They slowed them down to about 220 was their max. So we're running about 8 miles an hour faster in this package at the moment. Trouble for Level. His car's destroyed. Front wing into the wall, front right suspension, and more trouble.
Right in front of him.
And both cars destroyed. We're going to stay green. Parts and pieces on the racetrack. Everybody will thunder by. And Level is destroyed.
Level just spun now.
We will stay green, and that's the problem.
And he just got towed.
That is the problem with this damage model, man. You smacked a wall.
Look at Joey's car, too.
They're dropping like flies right now. Joey going to come down pit road. And who does this help out? Well, that helps Scott. Again, the more damaged race cars, the potential to make up spots. And if we're right and Christopher is Freeze or is not, either way, this what could have been a horrible day for Spencer or for Scott is kind of coming back in his direction.
Yeah, the more people that have incidents then allows Scott to then make up some positions.
Man, I'll tell you what, some portions of this race, it's felt like we've been in Mario Kart and the bananas coming out of the back of the car and these guys are hitting it because they went around in such a vicious fashion,
Well, unfortunately right now, it looks like everybody outside of the top 6 is now a lap down, which is very unfortunate. But we do have an awesome battle for first, second, third between the 34 of Spencer, the 11 of Carson, and the 10 of Nick. You know, they're all within 6/10ths of a second. So they're all within striking distance of each other. But yeah, it sucks having so many cars a lap down now due to damage.
Look right here down the back straightaway. Look at Brandon Perry. Look at this guy. Again, wanted to be in this league. We let him in. You know, he applied, talked to us in chat last week, and he's running top 5 here in Indy, just keeping the car clean. And it's a race.
Just surviving.
Yeah, just doing what he needs to do. He's not the fastest, right? But he's just keeping it clean. Right, last time by for Brandon, it was a 41.798. Keep in mind the leader went a 41.3. Brandon a little bit off the pace compared to the leader. But hey, sometimes you don't have to be the fastest to go to victory lane.
No, and I'm guessing we'll have a pit stop or two before this race is over.
Yeah.
And I can safely say if he keeps what he's doing, he's probably either going to stay at 5th place or move up because more people might make a mistake.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Spencer Marsh out front. And that's the thing. You just got to keep it clean. We're working lap 17. And remember, folks, only about 20 minutes left in this race if this thing goes green. So we have got action packed from start to finish here tonight for the Road to Indy Racing League. And I'm not shocked at all how fast this race. I knew it was going to be a quick race for these drivers. You don't have a lot of time to figure it out. With 18 going on the board of 50 this time by for race leader Spencer Marsh. The Marsh man.
41 seconds a lap, so they'll be ticking off real fast.
The Marsh man up front. Carson trying to run him down. Gap now 3/10. Beaver right in the mix. McCarthy kind of by himself. Perry leading the group of Ken and C. Freeze, who is 1 lap down right now as well. So again, Perry in a great spot. He's got to feel good about tonight with 18 laps complete so far.
So we're reaching up about halfway through the Road to Indy Oval race. What are your takeaways from the first half of this race, Matt? You know, what are some positives and what are some negatives?
Wow, where to start? I think the racing tight up front. We've seen some big mistakes. It could be championship caliber mistakes take place. You know, and so with 19 on the board, I think that's the one thing that I'm most surprised of. And now that we're halfway, AJ, let's take a look at the points as they came in once again. Take a look. It was Ken Crabb back there in 3rd. Joey and Spencer was only 62 back in 5th. So Spencer looking at a good night of points if he stays where he's at, along with Ken Crabb is going to make up a little bit.
I have this urge to keep calling him King Crab, but it's really Ken Crab in the 33.
I mean, I don't think he's going to be shocked or upset to be called the king.
Hey, he's top 5 right now.
I mean, what kind of king crab? Are we talking Alaskan king crab?
No, I was talking about the Pokemon.
Oh, you're not no fun. Beaver, McCarthy, Ken Crab right there hanging on. It's gotten around Brandon Perry. Brandon losing spot to the crab. The crab, there we go. As we work our way through.
But I will say for Mr. Brandon Perry, he's in 6th place right now, but he's on the lead lap, and the next person behind him is a lap down. So even in 6th place, he's sitting pretty right now.
And we are about, 3 laps away from cross flags from our flagman, indicating halfway here at the Indy Oval portion. Carson and Nick Beaver right there in 3rd. Eric McCarthy and Ken right there with Brandon Perry, all in the mix at the moment, with 21 of 50 laps complete here tonight, now 22.
So you gave us your plus takeaways. What are some negative takeaways, if any, from the first half of this race?
Only negative. would be so many guys got caught up in the incidents, right? You would hope to see everybody to have a shot at it, but again, these Indy cars are an absolute handful. And I'm not shocked, but it is kind of a negative. We'd like to see, what could Scott done if he'd never gotten that incident. Now kind of trapped 2 laps down. I mean, and the problem is, even if they do give themselves waves, we're not getting the yellows to have them. So,
100%.
They're kind of trapped where they're at right now. And Spencer right now pulling back away from Carson and Nick Beaver. The Beaver still trying to chew through that Beaver Dam in front of him.
Well, Nick has been consistently a half a second to 3/4 of a second behind. Consistently. Carson has been within 3 to 4/10 a second every single time. Now, with Nick being 7/10 back, do you think he's saving tire and just letting, staying up there? Oh, no, never mind. Nick has fallen back to a second and a third, so he might have lost their draft.
Oh,
and
trouble.
He smacks the wall.
Oh, no. Beaver hard in the wall. He's on the racing surface. Again, no caution. He kept the yellow from coming out. But that's not what you want. He needed that yellow to fly. And yet another car with suspension damage. For Beaver, he'll nurse the car now down the back straightaway. And from experience here, he's most likely going to go a lap down. He's still got to get the pit road. He'll hit the access road here, AJ.
This happened going into 1.
Yeah.
So he's got the whole track to... Oh, we have another car that has taken it behind the wall. Eric McCarthy in the 87 looks like they've gone behind the wall.
And there we go. Beaver 1 lap down officially now as he comes to pit road. And again, that front left suspension, the nose wing completely ripped off the car. Yep, that's not good.
And I was just thinking he was staying far enough back to where he still has the pull, but saving tire. That sucks. That's 2 weeks in a row where he's had a pretty damn good car. And, last week I'd call it, fresh tires, and he spun out. This week maybe it was a little airtight and just went right into the wall.
Yeah.
It sucks. Because he shows that he has speed, like a lot of speed.
Well, look who is in third place.
King Crab.
Nope, not King Crab anymore. Brandon Perry, P3.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Good for him. Good for him. Welcome to the league, pal.
I tip my hat to you, sir. What a job he has done. Spencer and Carson kind of out by themselves. Now, again, Perry right now 20 seconds off your leaders. But, hey, you never know. Spencer gets a little high and gets in that fence, and Carson does too. It's a whole new ball game.
He's been the biggest mover so far, coming from 11th to 3rd.
Again, though, with this damage model on these cars, any little mistake can be huge. And I think that's what I like the most about this damage model, right? It's the same thing with the GT1 cars there, AJ. You make one mistake in them and it kills your whole race.
Yeah.
And we know eventually we'll get this type of damage model on the Cup car and the truck and everything else. And it's going to change the way iRacing is. And in my opinion, for the better. You go out there, you can't beat and bang in these cars. You can't make a mistake. Because it's literally game over if you do. Even with a fast repair, you lose so much time getting towed. Because a lot of times with these cars, you break a wing, you break a wheel, you can't even get it back to pit road. 29 on the board of 50 this time by Spencer Marsh. Leads by 5/10 of a second.
This is leading up to a very exciting finish for 1st and 2nd, and then you have for 3rd and 4th with Brandon and Ken back there. They're neck and neck, just like Spencer and Carson are neck and neck.
Yeah, right now as they run down the back straightaway. And hanging on right now. So right now, 29 of the 50 laps complete here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Spencer Marsh, Carson, and Mr. Ken. Right now, your top three. Brandon Perry has slid back to fourth. Perry, though, he just made his pit stop for the evening. Brandon Perry on pit road tires and fuel.
He might go a lap down, being 20 seconds back, but if he's gonna have fresh tires, which he will, he's gonna be doing some fast laps, especially if he can get behind somebody.
Yeah, and it looks like your leaders should be looking for pit road any time now, with just about 20 laps remaining as they work their way around lap traffic. Great job for them. They have set themselves apart from everyone else. Now it's a little bit of strategy game up front, who hits pit road first. And here's the thing, they have not lost track time, AJ, as far as lap time. So Spencer's fastest lap of the race was a 41 flat. Last time by, he ran a 41.161. So they have not really lost the lap speed with these old tires. A little bit different with them when we're dealing with stock cars here. Total different ball game.
Maybe they're not having that much tire wear. Maybe they're just pitting for fuel right now.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that's going to help you right now. You'll gain a little bit of stability on tires, but not so much speed. And the leader to pit road, there we go. Spencer, pit road here. So now, what do you say about that? Spencer to pit road. Look at Carson next time by.
I would think Carson would come next time by.
18 to go this time by. So 18 to go here. AJ, Carson, Spencer, and Ken, top three. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that once everybody makes their pit stops, you're pretty much going to have all balls to the wall to the end of this race.
Yeah, I think.
Ooh, I hope Carson didn't speed there. He locked up the tires coming into pit road.
Ken right now in second, has not stopped. Spencer back up to speed. It'll be interesting to see where Spencer comes out in relation to Carson as well. Ken again needing to make a pit stop here with 18 to go. Here from the Indy Oval here this week. Ken will stay out. Carson in his stall. Oh, Carson had to back up. That's going to cost him some time. So Carson slid through his box a little bit, AJ. That's going to cost him. There goes Spencer. Yep, that was game. But that was ball game right there.
Yeah.
Yep, you just can't make a mistake like that. Let's go back and take a look. So he came in his box and he just slid through it, AJ. Locked the brakes up and then ended up having all sorts of issues on pit road. Yeah.
We have Ken Crabb coming to pit road now.
Yeah. So, if we look in comparison, basically Spencer Marsh spent 33 seconds on pit road versus Carson's 42, almost a 10-second difference on pit road, which equated out to about 8.4 seconds on the racetrack. Again, you just can't make a mistake like that.
No, his hopes, if there's no caution of winning this race, probably just went right out the window.
Yep, that just went bye-bye with the birds.
It went bye-bye like Miss Americans by.
Yep, exactly. There is Brandon Perry working his way around Ken right now. Or not Ken, excuse me, a lap down machine. Brandon looking at a top 5 finish if things stay where they are. Brandon low in the back straight away, doing anything he can to cut as much distance off this racetrack as possible. Spencer Marsh leading, Carson second. Again, we've had one yellow during this race. A bunch of cars in the wall that did not bring out the caution, however.
Yeah, and it's happened in turn 1 and 2 this whole race.
And we'll let AJ look. Yeah, you're in their Discord, correct, AJ?
Yes.
I will let AJ look at the Discord and see where we're off to next week, because I cannot remember.
Yeah,
As they continue to run, Spencer up front leading. 14 to go this time by.
They are in Detroit. They're doing the Detroit road course.
Yep.
40 laps.
So 40 laps at the streets of Detroit. That's going to be another racetrack that's going to eat some cars.
Yeah, that's a tight racetrack too.
Yeah, that's a fun racetrack. I've won some races there in the GTE cars. And I've ran there in the Indy car. It's a lot of fun. See, I'm a glutton for punishment on iRacing. I love hard racetracks. The harder, the more I enjoy them.
I've never been good at road courses on iRacing. I continuously give them a shot, but I have not been good. But give a controller in my hand and throw up Heat 5. You know, I have no problem on road courses there. Me and my buddy TJ, who probably will be getting iRacing soon, we have some serious battles on road courses on Xbox. But we're talking about iRacing right now and the Road to Indy Racing League here on Extreme Sin TV.
There we go. Nice promo, buddy. Coming to 12 laps to go. Looks like I'm about to get you out there at Detroit now, IndyCar, before next week and take you to the Matt School of Detroit driving.
No, yeah, spin out here, spin out here, spin out here. Where's AJ? He's probably just got out of the car and now he's got a beer in his hand because he's like, screw this.
Yeah, you're not even going to try. You're like, nope, I'm done. So that that 8-second gap right now between Spencer and Carson staying about the same.
Yes.
11 to go this time by. 2 cars out of this event. And unless we get a caution, I think this is Spencer's race to lose.
He also has Brandon Perry helping him.
Now Brandon Perry doing it.
He's right in front of him.
Brandon Perry doing it.
That's not Brandon Perry. That's Mathis.
Brandon back here trying to get the Ken Crab, trying to take that spot. And again, these 2 cars racing for 4th and 5th. Very, very proud of Brando tonight in the run he's made. It's good to see a driver from another league that I've broadcasted in the past come over and take a shot at Indy cars. Maybe we'll have to get him some Extreme Sim TV sponsorship on that Indy car for next week. That might have to happen. Spirit Marsh out there leading the way. Carson, Nick Beaver, your top 3 gap still the same. The only battle on the racetrack right now is really between Ken Crabb and Brandon Perry, and Brandon's going to go out to the inside into 1 P4 for Brandon Perry.
It's got a lot of talent.
Man, if he could just catch...
Newbie's got some talent.
If he could catch a caution here late in the going, don't count him out with 10 to go. And again, folks, after this broadcast, we're going to the hills of Sonoma, California for the Pro 4 off-road trucks.
We're going to wine country.
I think we're going to need some wine after the night in Sonoma.
I'm Italian, so I got you covered. Granted, I don't have you covered. I have myself covered, but...
And I know we've said this for 2 weeks straight, but there will be a new episode of the podcast this week. Come heck or high weather, I will get that recorded at some point this week. Because I've got a lot to talk about.
Well, we have, 9 laps to go? I'll do a quick plug of my show because, we sponsor Extreme Sin TV very proudly. Nerds Doing Nerd Things. It's a podcast about all things nerdy, and during the month of October, we're doing spooky. Very spooky. Our latest episode that's come out was Pet Cemetery, and coming this Friday, we're doing The Shining, so look out for Here's Johnny.
Yeah. And somehow I got wrapped into the scary October stuff. Somehow I got wrapped into this by my girlfriend. Because she just happens to love scary movies, so I'm getting a torture October. At least tonight she's watching kids variants, but I don't see that lasting. And
you just had Brandon Perry and Ken Crabb go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside of Seafreeze.
well, they did a good job there. Spencer Marsh trying to work his way through lap traffic now. This is probably the most dangerous part for Spencer. With 7 to go, you don't want to get the car in a bad spot.
No, just click laps. There's 7 laps left. Just get to the end of the race. No mistakes.
Yeah,
You have 9.5 seconds.
We've seen tonight, you do not get any mulligans with these cars. You make a mistake, it's going to be big.
You even think about touching that wall, it's game over. And we got Ken going right by Brandon.
Caution.
They're yellow on the
And there's
racetrack.
the caution. For who?
That is going to be for Joey down here on the front straightaway up against now pit lane wall. We'll get you a replay, and this changes everything. And we talked about it late in the going. Caution is out here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Joey having problems.
Well, at least he's in pit road.
That's a positive. We'll take a look at what happened to bring the yellow out with just shy of 6 to go. Joey comes through turns 4, gets the outside wall, and just barely misses the end of pit road wall and brings the car.
I don't think he has any steering in that thing.
Yeah.
I'm watching him right now on pit road, and he's just on the wall.
So second caution of the night that time for Joey. And caution out here in Indianapolis, 6 to go. So we got a 6, probably 5 4-lap dash between your leaders. And do you come down for another set of tires?
I don't know. I don't think so, because we've seen the fall off that it's not there. So I would say, unless you have a fuel issue, I would think the leaders would stay out. Maybe Brandon Perry, because he's not going to lose any, and maybe Ken, because they're not going to lose any spots.
Well, it's decision time. There's Perry trying to get caught up to the field. Watch out. A couple cars diving down. Perry will stay out. If I was Perry, I think I would have YOLO'd it. Him and Ken Crabb. Ken Crabb did.
Ken did come down.
But I think if I was Brandon, I'd have came down too and just YOLO'd it and hoped it paid off. So
as we're under the NDNT caution here at the Indy Oval, we are probably going to have close to a green-white checkered. What are your thoughts on our first 45 amount laps?
man, it's been a crazy race, and if this thing winds up the way I think, I don't think we're done with tore up Indy cars, because we are now at that point of the race where you got to hit the go pedal and not look back. All right, if you're Spencer Carson, you just got handed another opportunity after throwing it away on pit road. Take advantage of it. You know, you got Beaver back out there that had damage. One of the few cars that's gotten damage this race and recovered back into the mix, now in third. Brandon Perry, newcomer, top 5 with Ken right there as well. And Scott right now 2 laps down, but then Freeze in the 22 back to the lead lap in 6th. So you got 6 cars relatively that can get out there and get a win here tonight. And only 3 to 4 laps to get it done.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with wrecks. We might be done with cautions, but I don't know if we're done with wrecks.
And I think that NDT caution flag may be coming out again before it's over with. Now,
who coming to the green flag is your person to watch, driver to watch?
I think you got to keep an eye on Nick. I think setting in third, he'd had the best opportunity with a slingshot around both of the leaders. If they get side by side, he needs them to start racing up front and try to make that slingshot around the both of them. Lights off on the pace car. So we'll go green with 3 to go. And I do not think we have green-white checkers in this series. I may be wrong, but I do not think we do. So if another yellow was to come out, it may end this race.
Well, if that's the case, and we saw the points, look at the leaderboard right now. You have Seafreeze and Scott right next to each other, but Scott is also trapped 2 laps down. So if I was Seafreeze, I'd be running my butt off, try to gain a couple positions here.
Yeah, and it wasn't that big of a gap up front coming in. You got to keep that in mind. Just a couple of point gap with 3 to go here from Indy.
I wish I had the lungs to do Michael Buffer right now, because I would go, it's time.
Exactly. From the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. No copyright strike, MGM. Didn't finish that because I figured either one of the 2 big companies would go copyright strike.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
This is your main event of the evening. So we will get ready to go here. Spencer out front.
See, I would be nervous right now if I was Spencer. You had this race done. You had it. And now he's got to fight all over again.
Here we go. Coming to green this time. AJ, we're about to get the green flag in the air here. 3 laps at Indy to settle it here in season 1. Green flag in the air, and great start for Spencer. That's what he needed. All right, Nick Beaver back there. Brandon Perry trying to make some ground up. Brandon high on the top side with Ken behind him. Single file, double file on back as well. Spencer, here comes the draft. That's what he's got to watch out for. He'll dive to the bottom to try to break it, AJ.
Which you see in real life as well, but it didn't really look like it helped with breaking the draft, because you had Carson and Nick both helping them themselves, staying where they were.
Yeah, this is not good. Spencer's just got to keep breaking that draft and hoping. Living on hopes right now with 2 laps to go. 2 to go from Indianapolis for Spencer Marsh. Carson, looking at it, I think he made up more ground back straight away last time through. Let's see how it works this time.
Seafreeze is dropping like a rock. Either he doesn't have the car right now, or he's expecting these guys to wreck up front, and he wants no business with it.
Well, I will say this. It doesn't look like Carson getting the pull down the back straight away that time that he did the previous lap. I mean, he's just almost there, AJ.
It's go time, so if we're coming to the white flag, he needs to go now.
Yeah, it's go time now. 1 lap to go.
Here he comes. Here he comes. He's almost there.
He's got to stay close, though. He can't.
And Spencer was able to hold that line so much better.
Spencer, nice gap. He's got a good gap. If he can hold that down the back straight away, he'll be in good shape when they hit turns 3 and 4. Gap now of 1/2 of a second between the top 2. Spencer's got enough of a gap, I feel like, AJ, as they hit turn 4. Carson just a little bit too far back. Spencer off of turn 4. Here they come to this yard of bricks. Carson, big pull. He'll pull out, but it's not going to be enough. Spencer Marsh goes to victory lane in Indianapolis, AJ.
What a finish. I don't know how Carson's car was running or handling, but it looked like Spencer was able to stay on that white line through those turns.
It played out exactly the way we thought. We said there if he could get the gap, in which he did, he was able to make it work. And look at that, 48 laps of lead here tonight at Indianapolis. There you have it. Folks, we're going to go over to their channel. We'll be right back with you for post-race for the Road to Indy Racing League. What a race here tonight in Indianapolis. Man, oh man, oh man. What a finish here tonight. And nobody in there yet. We will see if they get in there. But what is your thoughts, with that being said, on this night of racing from Indianapolis?
I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. Like 100% absolutely phenomenal. we saw battles all the way up and down the leaderboard, and I got to give it to Spencer for being able to hold off Carson and Nick right at the end.
Yeah.
And then I really do have to give it to that 21 of Brandon. It's his first race within this league, and to pull a top 5 in your first race within a league, because you have no clue how all these other drivers race, unless you've raced with a couple before. I gotta give it to him. He did fantastic.
Yeah, Spencer did a beautiful job of making it work here tonight to bring that number 34 to victory lane, the 11 in second. And again, Seafreeze finishing right in front of Scott there. Scott taking what could have been a horrible night, kind of made it a decent night, right?
Yeah, it could have been better, but he was able to minimize the damage with how well he ran after the lap 1 wreck.
Oh, that is what we're looking at as we continue to see here. Doesn't look like anybody's going to come to Discord tonight. That's a little unfortunate, but what a great race it was all night.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I really enjoyed the Indy road course, and I thought watching the oval track tonight was going to be fun, and it did not disappoint. Congrats to everybody who ran tonight.
Yeah, Tim Foreman, that was a great evening of racing. And folks, we're not done here on Extreme Sim TV, because coming up here in just a little while, we go off-road truck racing as well on the schedule, coming up in about 25 minutes. Yeah, we're done with this one a little early tonight, AJ, but we got to get pumped up because we're about to go right back to work with the off-road trucks in Sonoma, California.
Yeah, I don't think they're off-roading in Sonoma.
Well, same difference. But
I think they're tackling the asphalt tonight.
Yeah, they are. They're tackling the cup layout, which is going to be fun. Folks, we'll be back here in about 25 minutes for some off-road trucks on asphalt here on Extreme Sim TV. Thank you guys for coming out for the Road to Indy Racing League. Round number 5, as this comes to a conclusion, that marks halfway through, and there is Seafreeze in the lobby a little late, but hey, that's fine. But we will talk to you guys next week, and thank you guys for coming out. AJ, thank you as always for helping me cover Road to Indy, buddy.
Absolutely. It's been a blast, and I can't wait to keep doing more of it.
And for man, we'll see you next week, everybody, for the Road to Indy Racing Series as we go to the streets of Detroit. See you in Detroit.